I am going to share my experience living here in Portugal in past almost 6 years. So I experienced the honeymoon phase, the uh, happy phase, and the down depressing phase, and also came across all the pros and cons living here. Uh, I came here in 2019 before the moving to Portugal became a thing. It was actually next year when people started discovering about Portugal, how beautiful it is. People were at their home, they wanted to be digital nomad living here in Portugal. That was all in 2020. So I came here before that. So people were welcoming back then, very welcoming, more than I got welcomed anywhere else in the world as I traveled through many different countries, lived in many different countries. So, just to tell you that I'm not an expat, I'm an immigrant. So, my experiences are very different from what people who are considered expats experience after moving to Portugal. So, there are key differences, and for if you are an expat and you would like to know what it's like to be an immigrant, I can definitely share that in this video. So, but I will also share uh, the my crocs are making sound. So it's a hot day again after 2 days of raining. Like it was a little rain here in Lisbon. So as you can see in the background, a reflection. It's the Greater Lisbon area. You can see the popular IKEA somewhere over here. So, in the reflection. So, people were very welcoming when I moved here, very helpful. They did more effort to help me out than I have experienced anywhere else in the world. But then the native people of Portugal experienced something which is like fatigue, because so many people moved here so quickly. It literally interrupted the life of people who call this land their home for thousands of years. So I feel for them, because something similar is happening in my own home country. I think it's an immigration thing, which is migration thing, which is happening for thousands of years, maybe since the started of humanity, or even before that. So everyone is moving everywhere, and we can um we can hate it, but it's a reality. It happens, and we can't stop that. We can try, but it is something which will happen eventually. My ancestors came from like all over. My ancestry tells me that DNA test. So let's come back to Portugal. So what it's like after living 6 years here. So things were very beautiful, very awesome back in 2019. Now I'm almost 40 after spending 6 years, almost 6 years here. Um, Learning Portuguese is a very tough job, very tough as a mature adult person. But if you are a young person, a kid, it will be easier for you because you will be surrounded by the people who want to teach you. After you migrate to Portugal as an adult, there will be Brazilians and people from Angola or other countries, and some, not all, some. If it's like this, the population size, maybe this much population from Portugal. Uh, they will try to help you learn the Portuguese language, but you after 2 years or so, you will realize you are speaking more Brazilian Portuguese than the Portuguese of Portugal. So I still struggle, and like me, many other people suffer from this. Most of the expat have friend groups which is largely consisting of expats, other expats from other different countries. same is for the immigrants. And the most of the interaction each and every day I have is with other immigrants who might speak Portuguese. Uh, People of Portugal are very conservative. They are open, but they carry a very deep wounds from recent history, because Portugal was a dictatorship just a few decades ago. So uh, you have to be careful what kind of ideas you present, because people do get offended here very easily, because it's sometimes they feel like you're attacking them. S- I have my fair share of experiences about that. So it's something. It's a human nature. Okay, so there there are some things which are very slow, like bureaucracy, red tape, as we call in my country. So things move slow. Uh, it's like sometimes I feel like it's on the pace of a snail. um, as we say, this word is known as caracol, caracoish, something like that. Okay, in Portugal, and the Portuguese language. So uh, job market uh, is not so great. You must know someone to get a job, and if you get a job, you will face a pressure. You will definitely face a pressure from your colleagues. It is going to be very hard to integrate, become the part of that pack. uh, my experience tells me that. And you will face wage discrimination if you are going to like it or not, unless you have very special dedicated skills set. um, and even if you try to speak Portuguese, people will say, why you still don't speak perfect Portuguese? It's been many years. So it was like this for me. I was welcomed, everything was fine. Then people started asking me after 2 years, when the COVID thing started ending. People would often ask, why don't you speak Portuguese? So I was just trying to tell them that I don't have much interaction because of the COVID time with the people. People were stuck in the houses. How could I learn a language when I can't even interact with people? So almost 6 years here. 1 year was a honeymoon phase. Next 2 years were COVID. So it gives me 3 years. Out of those 3 years, which is not even complete yet, I I learned the language. I understand more, but I feel shy, and when I am trying to interact, often it's the other immigrants from Polak countries, like Portuguese colonies, like Angola, Guinea-Bissau, or Cabo Verde, or other countries, Mozambique, or Brazil. So people from those countries are more like understandable. Like they understand the struggle of the immigrants or the expats, I will say. But people are brutal from here. The natives are brutal. They judge you 99% of the time. They are brutal. It's not helping, because a person who is genuinely trying to learn needs help, not someone with a ruler like a communist trying to, you should learn. No, it's not how you learn. You give your time, you help other people so that they can learn. And learning takes a lifetime. As an adult, it's harder. For a kid, it's not, because they go to school, they don't have much things to do. They learn easily. I have my friends who have their kids, they speak perfect Portuguese. Perfect. Some of them are even doing so good in the schools. Some of them are like scoring the top marks already in the 3 years time. Meanwhile, people who are adult, we have to cook, prepare meals, we have to work sometimes two jobs, and then we have other things to sort out because the red tape is so slow here. The government body, they work very slow. So you have to solve one thing, you have to like visit multiple times to do that thing, and it's frustrating. People don't see that. So I am a 3D designer. I design products, but I also work with the food delivery because I really wanted to learn the culture and the language. Each day I learn something new about the culture or the language, the palavras, new, novo palavras. Every day I learn like um, so. But how is the life? Well, the market exploded. The prices are four times, three times of what it used to be. The salaries are not that great. They grew when I came here, it was almost 535 something euros per month minimum wage, and now it is 870 euros. But the housing is a big issue. Back then, you can easily find a house for 350 euros or 300 if you looked a little harder. But now, at this moment, the T2, for example, like this one, costs you around 1000 euros, and it's like super expensive. And so I understand the anger in the Portuguese citizens who are native to this land, that they are angry and furious. The food prices skyrocketed, their salaries didn't. Um, if you ask me how much a person should be making in Portugal minimum, I will say at least 1500 euros. That should be the minimum wage here. The way the prices, the housing, and everything is right now. So no wonder left wing of Portugal lost the voting majority, and now we have right wing and center right wing winning because people want change, because they feel that they are not being heard. Even people who were super left wing supporters, they said they voted for the right wing. It's it's like a rebellion when you feel like you are being suffocated and you're not heard. Your kids are suffering, they can't, when they go with their parents and they say, I want to buy this, I want to buy a PlayStation, what you're going to tell them? Kid, immigrants came, the prices rose, we don't have the salaries to afford your fund your dreams. So I think there could have been better decisions here in Portugal. Portugal grew very fast, and but there are pros and cons. No one is perfect, no government, no politician. So there were things which could have been better, but they are not. So my life here, um, right now, it's like I feel like stagnation, not much growth. The positivity is going downhill right now. It peaked around 3 years to 2 years ago. Since then, it's downhill. I see less tourists in Lisbon. I see less friendly people in Lisbon. I see more rage on the streets, more crime on the streets, more police on the streets, more political posters on the side of the streets, higher food prices in the supermarkets. It's something that it's my unfiltered experience I'm sharing with you. So I'm an Indian, and I experience all sort of things, uh, from good to bad, some racism as well, xenophobia, and there are some things which I can't even talk in this video, but I wish I could, but I don't want to. I don't want to make this video a political video. So um, things are tough, and of course, there when all sort of people come from different countries, they bring their culture with them as well, and they try to find a balance. We are like trees. You unroot a tree and plant it on a new soil, new land. So we have our own ecosystem around our roots, and we are trying to adjust to the new soil. I don't know how to say it uh, more precisely. So there are two kind of worlds, three I will say, which exist. One is the native Portuguese. Two is the rich expats and poor expats. Third, it's the immigrants who are either rich or poor. Uh, then there are some people who are in the middle. I don't know if I'm rich or poor. Maybe I'm more on the poor side. I don't know. So, and people have a misconception like they in Portugal, for example, people think people from India are very poor and they don't have basic necessities and that kind of thing. India is like European Union. We have very advanced states, like maybe we have our own Germany, and then we also have our own Switzerland in India. Then we also have our own some poor state like Haiti, I don't know, or Syria, I don't know. So India is vibrant, many different languages, many different cultures. Most of the migration which took place from India to Portugal was from the western states in India, and many few people who migrated here came from Delhi. So uh, overall, you will experience two things. When I do food deliveries and I have my backpack with me, if I go and buy something, people look at me very with a suspicious eye. But on the same side, like if I go without a backpack, I'm normal looking like this. People give me a very different treatment. They are more respectful, which I experience. So, just 2 days ago, like I work with the 3D printing, so I went to buy filament for a 3D printer because I was doing a product design, and the person I ordered directly from Leroy Merlin. I didn't have time to go and look for the product. I just ordered online and I went there with my backpack, and I got a totally different experience this time 3 days ago. So the lady came, she looked me up and down with a backpack and she was like, "Show me your ID." And I was like, "Okay, lady, calm down." In my mind, of course, I didn't said anything. So I was also observing her behavior because I love to observe people, and not all people are same. But then yes, there's an average attitude of people when they behave with you when you are dressed in a certain way. So I gave my residence permit, and then I was asked to do a signature, and then lady looked at me again. She made a particular face. I don't know how to copy her expression, but she made that, and it was a little upsetting expression and experience. But on the same hand, if I go there in my plain clothes like this, looking normal dude, I get a different experience. And another thing, your skin color matters a lot. A lot, I'm saying. I'm a very whitish skin color Indian. On the same hand, I have friends who are very dark complexion or brown complexion Indians. They get a different treatment. I noticed it, and it's thing. It happens in my country. It's not limited to Portugal. It happens in other countries as well. But here it's on little next level. So uh, you have to be careful about your surroundings here in Portugal. Often you hear it's the safest country, it's not. I was held at a gunpoint. I think that building is visible here, this yellow building in the reflection, which is on the front of me. Uh, there were some bunch of African teenagers who held me on the gunpoint. It was almost 4 years ago or 3 years ago. I don't recall. Three, I guess. So then people tried to rob me. People tried to throw beer bottles on me while I was riding a motor. There was one incident where the gypsies tried to stop me in a ghetto. They literally threw a small criança, maybe this big, in front of my motor. That was the most weirdest thing which happened to me. And there was incident like while working with the food delivery, it's not safe, and you hear 1% of the news of the violent crime which take place against immigrants. Police have two-tier system. They treat you differently. They absolutely treat you differently. I will just say that without hesitation. If you are white looking, mais branco, migrant person, you will get tier 1 treatment. And if you are dressed in a certain way and you look a little darker shade of brown or white, you will get a different treatment, even from the police, which is sad. Some of the police officers I met uh, treated me very nicely, but then there are certain people, certain police officers who were very rude, and most of the time they discourage people to um, report the crime. Uh, in my experience, from all the people I know as immigrant, only 10% of the crimes are reported by police. They don't even entertain you. They discourage you from filing the reports here in Portugal. Uh, on the streets, if you go to Lisbon, be careful. It's people are selling a lot of illegal stuff. I don't want to say it in the video. Uh, the medical service, people often complain that it's slow. It's slow, but for me, it's perfect. They will save you. Uh, my experience is not too good, not too bad. I will say it's normal. And there is a lot of depression here in Portugal, especially people who are native to this land. They suffer from the depression a lot, I noticed. And eventually, as an immigrant or an expat, you will also fall into that line if you are not careful. So you must continue to explore. You must continue to move, go out, meet people, and do not stop. And if possible, try to buy a land. Don't live on the rent. The rent is too expensive as compared to your income here in Portugal. You must at least make 12 to 1400 euro if you want to live, like literally live. If it's a two-person household, 1200. So lump sum 2500 euros for two people. You can survive for 2000 euros as well, but anything less than that is super super hard to survive, even here in Portugal. And I'm not talking about living in Lisbon. I'm talking about living in Greater Lisbon. I rented this apartment for 10 years. It's a lease. My rent is climbing slowly as compared to other people, but now the market is cooling because not many people are moving to Portugal, but they are moving out of Portugal. So things are like prices are going down, inflation is going down, and maybe in 2 to 3 years, things will be very different from what it is right now. So, should you move to Portugal? Well, you should study about Portugal before moving here. People are conservative, they are proud of their own country, so you must learn to respect that. Language, pay attention. Do not learn Brazilian Portuguese, learn Portuguese from Portugal, the European Portuguese, and make sure you do your part, pay the taxes, and do not spoil the market. And my Crocs, I'm completely sweat because my feet are literally sweating. My Crocs are now making squeaky sounds, almost like farts. So, uh, so do your research before moving here, and try to learn the language. That's the most important thing. That's like a cheat code to get integrated into the society. The Portuguese culture from north to south to the middle is very different. People are different. People are more welcoming in villages, but in the city, especially in Lisbon, people are competitive, just like any other main city. And be careful, watch your back. Self awareness of your surrounding is very important here in Portugal. And if you have a good job, a remote job, it's a beautiful place for you. And I will say there is no shame in making Portuguese friends, immigrant friends, and expat friends. Try to make a group of all of them. If you want to buy cheaper food, you can go to small restaurants of Portuguese people. Uh, I mean, restaurants where they serve Portuguese cuisine, or you can go to Indian restaurants. And I love to eat all kind of food. Um, so I have. I was thinking processing. What should I say? So foods are all kind of foods are awesome here. Although I don't eat beef, um, because I'm a Punjabi Hindu. So, but I eat other kind of things. I love to eat pork, but I'm reducing because I grew a big belly. So, and it's an unfiltered take from my experience. So you will have pockets of expats here and there around and in Lisbon or in Porto or in Algarve. You will find more Britishers and Irish in Algarve. In Lisbon and surrounding, you will find more Americans, I will say, or from Germany or France or from other countries, and Indians, of course. We are everywhere. So, um, then in Porto as well, you have more Americans, I think. And this video is getting too long. It's almost 30 minutes. I didn't realize my dish is getting cooked. I'm preparing batata e farango in my own style with the Indian spices. Okay, I will make another video if you want. I will end this video, not making it too long. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And I make these kind of videos and also food delivery videos covering the streets and ruas of Portugal here in Lisbon. And if you want my opinion on something or advice, please feel free to ask. I don't I don't charge any money. Okay. Namaste. Bye bye. Boa tarde.